like that. But I hope you're all doing so good tonight. And let's get ready to ramble. Oh, man. It's a good day to be a Rams fan. It is a good day to be alive. And I hope all of you are as excited as I am to talk some Rams tonight. But before I get to anything, gotta give some shout outs here. Some of the crew that came early. Appreciate y'all. We got Tribe in the house. And yeah, we'll talk about those rings. You know those rings, they look good. They look so good. Wildman Samurai, good to see you as always. Horns up, man. Always a pleasure. Grandizer 12, moderator extraordinaire. Thank you for the friendly reminder to everyone. The charity live stream is coming up. We're doing 8 hours. We're going to have some fun guests. I'm going to do some fun challenges. And we are going to have a blast raising money for food insecurity around the world. It's going to be great. Michael, it's good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, we're going to be talking about John Wolford in Uno Momentos after I just finished. One more shout out here. Hey, Rams House, good to see you. Horns up, always a pleasure. And I know you were okay. Shout out to Rams House. He's got a video coming out. I don't think I should spoil what it is. He gave me a little hint about it, but I'm excited to see it. And so I'm sure he's been working hard in his Rams House laboratory, mixing up those sick edits. And I'm looking forward to that video, Rams House, when that comes out. And we got John from Pure Adrenaline Fantasy Sports. Hello, good to see you. I'm going to be joining John next Thursday, and I am going to be on his channel talking some fantasy for the Rams next year. So that is going to be really exciting. Everyone, we are going to have a great time tonight. I am so thankful for each and every one of you tuning on in. We're going to talk some stuff. I will be honest, I'm going to be talking a little bit, then interacting with you guys, talking a little bit, interacting with you guys a little bit, because there's just so much to talk about this week, and where to start. But I think we're gonna start with. Let me see here. Yes, we are going to start with the big move, if you can call it that, today. One second here. Rams bring back quarterback Luis Perez. Yes, he is back on the Rams. For those of you who don't know, Luis Perez, he's been with the Rams. This is his second stint with the Rams. He was with us in 2018. Shout out Cameron DeSilva for this great article. Big fan of Cameron DeSilva, and I guess Rams, Los Angeles Rams Twitter as well. Perez will be unlikely to make the Rams roster with John Wolford and Bryce Perkins backing up Matthew Stafford, but at least it's an opportunity in the NFL, Cameron writes. Yes, right there. So when I read this signing, I do think it's a camp arm, especially because Stafford, he got that injection to his elbow. You always want to be cautious, and Sean McVay in his press conference this week reinforced that Stafford's not playing. He's not playing any starters in the preseason. That's the way we like it. And I'm really curious about what Perez will do in the preseason. Will he get reps? Will be like last year where we see a lot of Bryce Perkins. But one thing I do like about this move is that this is someone that the Rams know. He's been with us before, and I think that also speaks to the relational leadership that we have in this Rams organization, in the front office and in the coaching staff. And they like that Luis Perez has been with the Rams before, and here he is back with us. He's been in all the other spring leagues, the XFL, the USSFL, and the AFF. I get them tongue-tied all together. But he's been in all the other spring leagues. He's been bouncing around. I believe he was with the Giants and Eagles maybe briefly. And he's been playing the journeyman quarterback game. And we're excited to have him as part of the Ram League again, even if it is a short stint. And I think for Luis Perez, he likes it because it gets him another shot at making an NFL roster, a practice squad, or putting more film together for the next spring league that starts up next year. So welcome back, Luis Perez. We're glad to have you. Now, what does this mean for the Rams quarterback room? I think that there's been a little talk only within the fandom. We haven't seen anything from the organization about this, that Bryce Perkins would maybe push John Wolford and compete for that backup role. I'm not convinced of that. I think that the Rams really do like John Wolford as their backup, and Bryce Perkins is number 3. And now, besides this, this past year in the Sean McVay era, the Rams only ever had 2 quarterbacks on the roster. This was the first year, this past year, that we had 3. So, do we keep Perkins? Do we keep... I believe we are keeping Wolford, and obviously we're keeping Matthew Stafford. Don't even joke with that. So, it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments. I do believe Perez will only be with us, for a short time, and he's trying to earn his spot with another team right now. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm gonna speaking of comments, we are gonna catch up before we get to our next subject here. So let's see. Okay. Oh, good. I'm excited for that video, Rams House. You have about 2.5 minutes out of 9. Okay, that's going to be a great video. I'm looking forward to it. Rudy from the Ramelia Sports Report reporting in. Hello, my friend. It was a lot of fun streaming the live reaction to The Ring on Thursday night with you. That I will treasure that stream forever. But he's saying he's in your nephew's birthday party at a pizza place watching the Dodgers whip the Giants. Oh, have a great time, man. That's awesome. You know me, I'm Canadian, so I live near Toronto, so I'm always going for my Jays. But I think I have a soft spot for the Dodgers, for sure. Hey, Jeremy, good to see you. What up, Ramley? Whose house? Rams house. Jared Ramirez, hello, always a pleasure. And he is asking, can you believe Madden 23 ranked Matthew Stafford 10th top? Yeah, he was ranked in 85 overall. That's pure trash. That's like this game. It really means nothing. Like the older I get, the less and less I care about Madden ratings. And I do think it's hilarious that like some people would dare think that, oh yeah, Matt Stafford an 85, that's accurate. No, that's ridiculous. He like I'm not saying he has to be top 3. There's like when it comes to quarterbacks in the NFL, it's so easy to debate between like Herbert and Burrow and Stafford and Brady and Mahomes and Lamar Jackson and it's fun. It's part of the fun of being a football fan is debating it. But if you were to say that Matt Stafford is the 10th best quarterback in the NFL, that's just not correct. Oh, man. Let's see. Hey, the sports star. Good to see you as well. Let's see here. Saw this. Yeah. No, I really think Perez is just a camp arm. Yeah. Oh, he's cheering on the Cardinals. Okay. You are not gonna believe the Blue Jays. Jared. So again, I live near Toronto, and yeah, I'm a passive baseball fan. I'll fully admit to that. I don't follow it as closely as I do football. But when something like that happens, you hear about it. Oh, that's amazing. Thanks for the update, though, man. Fomapasit King 777 Rams fan here from St. Louis. Rams for life. Awesome, man. Yeah. Hey, I love it. If everyone shout me out in the chat where you're watching from today. I love giving a shout out from where y'all are. You think he should be a 91? See, I think at least a 91. I'd put him at like a 94 personally. Yeah, no, yeah, Michael, yeah, that's just pure trash. I like you can call it disrespect, you can whatever. I don't get it. I don't get how you can watch Matthew Stafford last season, and think he's an 85. No, ridiculous. Um, gotta take a quick swig of water here. Cheers. And now the next thing I want to talk about here, some interesting things about that we got to talk about. I know everyone loved looking at the Los Angeles Rams Super Bowl ring being unveiled. I went into my office the next day and I was like, in our office group chat, I was like, I have a small talk request today that we talk about the Los Angeles Rams. And I pretty much forced everyone in my office to look at the video of the Rams ring and watch it. And it was a lot of fun. It was really cool. But so here it is. This Ram's really great. This ring is really great. And I just want to always shout out Cameron DeSilva. Does great work on the Rams Wire. And just so I want to just go through some of the fun details about the ring. I think the ring is the coolest ring ever. I'm not a ring expert, but I don't think it takes an expert to realize this thing is just so artistically advanced. It's on the next level. We'll talk about the St. Louis thing briefly. I know that is a thing for some people, so I want to talk about it. So yeah, there's a mini SoFi Stadium inside of inside of the ring, which is so cool, and they use actual AstroTurf from the SoFi Field in corporation with it. I think it's just like obnoxiously, needlessly amazing in the best way possible. And if we keep scrolling down, each ring has pieces of the turf and the Super Bowl game ball in it. It was just, again, those details that you don't need but are so cool, and you can kind of see the leather in here. And then if you keep scrolling down, so the 20-carat total weight is the most in championship history and represents opening the SoFi Stadium in 2020. That's just so cool. They would put little details like that. And then the ring celebrates January 12th, a very important day for the Rams. January 12th is a big day in Rams history. On that date in 2016, the team's move to Los Angeles was approved. 1 year later, they hired Sean McVay on that day. And the Rams won their first playoff game after returning to Los Angeles, beating the Cowboys in the divisional round on that day as well. Really exciting. 1 year later. 12 regular season wins are represented by the 0.12 carats in the Lombardi. And okay, this is what we'll talk about this year. I see people talking about like why aren't there 2 Super Bowl trophies? And if you watch the great video on the Rams YouTube channel about why, how they went into the creation of the rings, the 2 palm trees are meant to represent the franchise's 2 Super Bowl victories, both in LA and in St. Louis. And then they put the Lombardi in there. And I think I really do firmly believe this was for, just artistic purposes. And I do think they celebrate that. I know that some people were like, because of the St. Louis settlement lawsuit, they thought maybe there's some bad shade there. I don't believe that. We're a team with a complex history and a beautiful history at that. And I proudly celebrate both of the Super Bowl victories with this ring. The Rams' 26 postseason wins in franchise history are recognized in the palm tree. So like 26 diamonds in there, which is really cool. And then the ring is wrapped in a replica version of SoFi's iconic columns, and you can kind of see them here, which is really cool. You can see all the way through it with the players on one side. And the We Not Me, I love they put that in there. The We Not Me, love that so much. The underside shows the scores of each of the Rams' playoff wins. Again, really cool that they included that as well. And just in general, they just did such an amazing job designing this ring. I'm so happy. I hope to get a replica of it someday. I know you can get them out there, but I'm just waiting a little bit because you gotta save up the cheddar, right? But anyway, let me know what you guys think of the ring. I want to hear from you. And with that, let's get back to the comments here, and I'll get caught on up here. So let's see here. So we got some shout outs coming in here. So Jeremy is from Sacramento, California. Awesome. We got Pennsylvania in here. Farley D. How's it going, man? Hey, man. Yeah, keep going. Keep going. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts for the charity live stream. I was thinking if we got a certain amount of money, I would shave my beard live as part of the charity live stream. I'm not sure I'm going to do it yet because I am loving my beard these days. But if you think that would help people donate, I would do it. But let me know your thoughts. I get it that he's a top 10 in Madden, but yeah, it's Michael. It's just ridiculous. It's pure ridiculous. The media not giving Matthew Stafford his due is gonna make him more determined to prove them wrong again. I'm okay with the disrespect if it means it makes our guy more determined to win more Super Bowl. Hey, you know what? Yeah, I love it. I love it. And Matt Stafford, he's someone that we have grown to love as a fan base. I think a lot of us appreciated Matt Stafford before he was a Ram, but it's next level now. Absolutely. Did you know you can order McDonald's double cheeseburger with mac sauce and lettuce? Make it a Big Mac without sesame seed on a bun minus the bun in the middle. Much better. Oh, Jerry, I'm glad you enjoy your food. Enjoy it. Burgers like In-N-Out, Five Guys, Carl's Jr., Jack in the Box, McDonald's burger all have taste. Jared, I'm Canadian, but I've often said this, that people criticize Americans a lot, but the one thing that Americans got right is how to do fast food. The best fast food in the world is in the United States of America. And this is coming from a Canadian. We got fast food here. We got McDonald's. We got everything, but we do not have nearly the variety of fast food options as in the States. I've been blessed to go to the States for work, and for I'm a former cruise ship worker, so I got to spend a lot of time in Florida and like Port Canaveral area. I've gone on a couple of road trips to see the Rams play in some NFL stadiums on the East Coast. I am hoping to get to SoFi this year, just trying to work it all out with work. But anytime I've been to the States, I've been so blessed. In-N-Out Burger's awesome. Five Guys is amazing. Haven't been to Carl Jr.'s or Jack in the Box. McDonald's and Burger King obviously speak of themselves. Red Robin, amazing. Hey, AK, good to see you, man. Always a pleasure. You got two yesterday. yes. Ricardo P, good to see you, man. Oh, too funny. All right, the next topic that I would love to touch on here, and let me just bring it up. We got some injuries. For the Ramley, and so let me just bring back up my articles here again. Cameron De Silva just writing phenomenal articles here. So the Los Angeles Rams. The Los Angeles Rams will be without 4 players when training camp practice begins this weekend. The team announced on Friday that Jalen Ramsey, Trayvon Howard, Quentin Lake, and Kyren Williams are all going on the PUP list. The PUP list, the physically unable to perform list, to open camp. So, what does this mean? Well, going on the PUP list right now is drastically different than going on the list in the season. And so I think, maybe a lot of you, when I saw this happening, you're kind of like, oh no, like, is Jalen going to miss time? Like, those two rookies going on that list, kind of concerned about that. Well, I'm glad you just popped in today because we're gonna just sort out some stuff here. Okay, so during training camp and the preseason, if a player is put on the PUP list at any time without penalty, teams can add players back to their roster at any time. Anytime. So for all we know, next week they could be off the list. A player on the PUP list can't practice until being cleared by the team's medical staff, but they may participate in team meetings and use team training medical facilities. And shout out to Brett Stewart, who of the Fansided Network, who wrote this article on it. Now, the rules differ for any player that is placed on the PUP list at the start of the season. Those players must remain on it for a minimum 4 games before they can be added to the active roster. Prior to this year's rule change, players could not be reinstated from the PUP list until 6 weeks had passed. So the fact that they're getting on the list right now, that actually bodes okay for the Rams. I don't think we fully understand that when your team makes it to the Super Bowl, you have less time to heal up than any other team. And so these injuries, they definitely impact us. They make more reps for younger players. But then for your younger players that you wish they were getting those rep, like Kyren Williams and Quentin Lake. But I'm confident that we have a great medical staff with the Rams. They take care of our players well, and I'm optimistic that they'll return in time for the season. And I do believe this is more cautionary and preventative of further injury than anything else. But you never want to see players get injured. I wish everyone was invincible. But that's not the world we live in, and it's one of the reasons why football is a dangerous game. But the injuries do happen. So let me know in the comments what you think about this. Definitely, Jalen, is concerning, especially because we found out that he played with a separated shoulder for most of the latter part of last year. And it sounds like even Van Jefferson was playing with an ankle injury towards the latter part of last year. So we'll have to monitor that as well. But definitely, something to keep an eye on, because if your team catches the injury bug, that can derail your season fast. I know, many of us longtime Ram fans, we know about Sam Bradford going down. We know about the injuries to Kurt Warner that kind of took him out. And just whenever any of your big name players get injured, or your starters, or even your guys with potential, and if you follow a team like we do, it's heartbreaking. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Let me get back to the chat here. All right, let's see here. Whataburger. TW, good to see you. He's saying, hi, Pam. There's a real possibility the Rams go undefeated this coming season. We have a great defense and offense. Yeah. That is, that is, definitely a true statement, TW. I think there's always the possibility that we have a difficult schedule. So, you have to respect the schedule. It would be amazing. I would love it, and if the Rams went undefeated, that would be just phenomenal. I do think, though, as Ram fans, we know our team has a shot. And if you're a fan of an NFL team, what more do you want? You want your team going in with Super Bowl expectations, and that they have the talent and the coaching staff to get the job done and win the Super Bowl, like the Rams did last year. If we went undefeated, that would be amazing. But I think it can be done. I don't know if it's going to happen, though, TW. But you know what? I'm glad you're here with the optimism, keeping us all accountable. We'll be accountability buddies, and we'll be cheering on the Rams every single game this season for sure. Farley D, what is wrong with Quentin Lake? Can't find. You know what? That is interesting. Yeah, I had some details on him. Give me one sec. Quentin Lake Yeah, I thought I heard. Maybe it's an off the field thing. Yeah, no, it's an undisclosed injury. Yeah. Stooge Auction of the team's official website report. Yeah. So it's an undisclosed injury. We don't know. Yeah, we don't know. So hopefully it's okay. Yeah. So until more more information comes out, we just don't know. Stafford will start throwing in camp July 29th after having that shot of cortisone in the eye. Yeah, I hope so. We want to see him, throwing to his receivers, especially him and Allen Robinson. We want to get them all chemistryed up, as I like to say. What would the Rams do with Luis Perez in regards to the quarterback situation? Will he be only on the training camp, or maybe he will be on the practice squad? I think for Luis Perez, he's best case scenario is practice squad, either on the Rams or another team. I really think he's only here for camp. Wouldn't surprise me if when one of the rounds of cuts come along, that when you have to get your team down to a certain level of players, if he wasn't kind of one of those first ones to get cut. Okay, John, we don't need to remember that, okay? Let us dream, okay? You're allowed to be optimistic this time of year. Stafford will be on a pass count. Yeah, definitely. I can see that. Yeah, absolutely, Rudy, for sure. Well, okay, one more thing I would love to chat about with you guys here is once I get to it. So I want to bring up some interesting things. I learned today. I was listening to the Rams press conference that came out on their YouTube channel, and it came to my attention that the Rams have some pretty notable free agents this year. So, and by that I mean players that are in a contract year. Now, I'm sure from a human perspective, there's some stress that comes with that. You don't want to get injured in a contract year. You want to play hard and perform well because you're playing for your next contract. And so superstars, they get signed, before their contract. Like, it's rare for a superstar of your team that they enter into a contract year without getting their contract extended, or they get traded, or things like that. And we saw a lot of that this offseason, especially in the wide receiver market. But something that I've noticed is if you look at this list here, this is the Rams players that are in a contract year. So our starting right tackle, Rob Havenstein. Our A'Shawn Robinson, a valuable role pass rusher. Troy Hill, a starting cornerback for us. Matt Gay, our kicker. Taylor Rapp, our safety, often criticized, but he's in a contract year. Darrell Henderson, who's been productive in our backfield. Brandon Powell, our return ace, our punter. David Long. Grant, I won't reel anyone, but like John Wolford's in a contract year again, even though that's kind of every year for him. Then Greg Gaines, I wanted to point him out here specifically because Greg Gaines, he the fastest man alive, and that's he's a valuable part of our pass rush outside of Aaron Donald and Leonard Floyd, and so I'm just I'm just aware of these players that are, it might be their last year with the Rams, and there's a good chance. And so, as a fan, I want to remember that, this is football, that we don't always get to see players, stay with the team their whole career. It's actually quite common for these role players to move around from team to team. And so, I'm definitely going to be watching these players. I'm cheering them on. And I want them to get paid either with the Rams or with another team. And I will be excited for them, similar to Darius Williams, right? I was so happy for him that he got that big contract with the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm going to miss him. I'd love cheering him on. I'm excited we got Troy Hill as kind of the replacement in that starting cornerback role. But that's kind of part of the joy of being a fan, and you get to connect, you get to cheer on these players and connect that way. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you think about that. Anyway, I'm going to get back to the chat and hearing from you guys here. So, yeah, John, in that Rams-Jets game, both fan bases were upset. Yeah. Oh, man. Let's see. The next Moof episode, Grandizer, I'm still working on. I have just some crazy stuff happening in my just personal life right now that nothing bad or anything. Just it's tough to schedule. And now that I think I only have 11 teams left, or 10. I think I've done 22 episodes. Yeah, I've done 22. So I only have 10 teams left, and I'm excited I'm still. My goal is to get to all 32, but when it gets down to the final 10, it's just tough to schedule with people sometimes. But keep notifications on. The next episode of Moof is coming. Hey, what's up, Dramick Smith, the M&M Mix fan? Good to see you. Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna miss all of our free agents, and some of them probably will resign. Probably will. Yep. Yeah, that's a really good point, Rudy. Is Rams going to camp with 4 players on the PUP list and 5 if we re-sign Odell? Yeah, that's a really good point. Yep. We gotta in our yeah, absolutely. Hot take. Oh, I don't like this. OBJ leaves. We should sign Julio. Oh, sorry. I thought you were saying OBJ is gonna. I really don't think so. I really think OBJ is gonna sign. Yeah. I to be honest, I am surprised Julio Jones hasn't been signed. Maybe he's asking for too much money or something, but I do think he could contribute to a team, in a role, right? But for some reason he hasn't, and he'll be a big name to watch for sure. But OBJ, I really do believe Odell Beckham Jr. is going to be back with the Rams. Seeing him at the ring ceremony was great, and I think that it's just a matter of time. I'm sure that's a logistical thing, but I do believe that OBJ will be with the Rams again. Johnny G is saying Arsenal's demolishing. Are they? Okay, well, the Stan Kroenke teams are rocking again. Eh? Oh, this is awesome. Well, I hope you're all having a fantastic night. I know I'm having a great time. I scored a sweet deal on a futon earlier today, so very thankful for that. Hey, what's up, Niners Sickness? Good to see you, man. Always a pleasure. Colts and Ravens trying to get Julio, but we need to get. Oh yeah, no. OBJ is definitely the priority there, but again, he's probably not going to be able to play it till at earliest November, so we will see. What type of year do you think Kendall Blankton will have? Tight end is an important position for the Rams. Yeah, and we have a great tight end group. We really do. We have many solid tight ends who do their job well. Kendall Blankton is no exception. Especially in the playoffs, he played phenomenal. I'm cheering him on for sure. The thing is tough, because we have Tyler Higbee, who's our starter. Big rig Tyler Hig, as I like to call him. And he's a fantastic tight end, and I think that if he got more targets his way, he'd probably get more yardage. But he's great tight end. Love Tyler Higbee on our team. He's been with us for a while now, and he's been balling out. Kendall Blankton, I think he again has the potential to be a solid starter. I don't know if he has the potential to be a superstar. I don't see him being a tight end that competes to take targets away from Allen Robinson or Cooper Kupp. I'm optimistic that he'll still get more of a role this year because of his performance in the playoffs. And we also have to remember, we have Bryson Hopkins, who's a great tight end in his own right. And then also the mystery of Jacob Harris, right? He got injured last year, but he was kind of the darling of minicamp last season. So definitely the Rams tight end group is something that we're going to need to watch for sure. Great question. Thank you. Julio Jones injury prone for the past few years. That's why probably some teams can't gamble signing him to a contract that's. That's a really good point, Michael. Yeah, I really don't think that he'll be. Maybe he's just waiting for the right opportunity. Maybe he has had teams reach out to them. Maybe he's trying to get a better grasp of where he is physically. It's all kind of speculation, but yeah, it's been pretty quiet with the Julio Jones market for sure. The good news is Ramsey, Kyren Williams should be ready for late camp, with an also possible Lake and Fuller. Yeah, Jordan Fuller, yeah, because we can't stress enough that we got to heal up. And get these players ready to go. It's gonna be a fun season, and they're ready to put their work in. And we know that the Rams medical staff have a great reputation. They're arguably the best in the NFL, and I'm optimistic that I definitely think we'll see Ramsey back, late camp, and we won't see him in the preseason. Kyren Williams, that's a tough one. He's had some injuries before. I'm hoping it's not too serious with Kyren Williams for sure. Let's see. Nice sickness and Rudy. Oh yeah, Niners sickness. Can't wait. Oh, I know you love your Niners, and I have no doubt that if you are the same amount or even a little less about excited for training camp as much as I am for the Rams, you are going to be over the moon when the Niners open their camp for sure. We need 4 wide receivers: Kupp, Van Allen, and OBJ. Yeah, and again, we have a great wide receiving core. I'm willing to bet on Tutu Atwell. He has the potential to be great, and he has a role here, and he's got to take that next step, right? And I don't think we can write. I am someone that I don't like writing players off after 1 year. Tutu, it's very unfortunate. He had that shoulder injury that took him out for his entire rookie season early in the year, but they drafted him in the second round for a reason. And the Rams do a good job of developing wide receiver talent. I'm optimistic that Tutu can come in and be amazing 4th wide receiver, and until Odell Beckham would come back, assuming he does. Jennifer, good to see you. Saying I totally agree. Jalen Ramsey should be ready. And it was so fun. I hope you've all checked out the video of Jalen Ramsey on the Rams YouTube channel. Him, with his ring. We found out that he was involved in the designing, and he was kind of a bit of a consultant, and they consulted with a lot of the Rams players, but Jalen Ramsey was definitely heavily involved with it. So that was cool to see, and seeing his reaction to when he saw the ring for the first time was just so special. You kind of felt like you're there with Jalen. Michael, since you're Canadian, are you also fluent in French too? Un petit français. I like to say my French is trash. I can get by. I wouldn't call myself fluent. If I go to Quebec or Montreal, people who French is their first language, they would probably humor me, and I would suffer through a conversation. But yeah, I'm not the best at French. My only really funny French story is I was working for Disney Cruise Lines once, and there was me and there was this other girl that spoke French, and we were off the coast of France, and we had lots of French speaking people on board, and I was working in the entertainment staff, and I had to the other girl who was fluent in French, and I spoke what I said was trash French. She wasn't comfortable public speaking. And so we had a couple of activities that required some instructions. So they gave me an earpiece, and I was pretty much a human puppet. And she fed me the words, and I repeated them. It was broken French. The audience was very polite and gracious with me. But that's probably the most French I've had to speak in my life. But I have been to Quebec, and Quebec is that's where most of the French-speaking population and parts of Eastern Canada, and like there's kind of speckles of French throughout, like Manitoba and Ontario as well, especially Northern Ontario and Eastern Canada. But yeah, Quebec is mainly where most people in Canada speak French. But anyway, we want to talk Rams. You don't want me to hear me speak French. Hey, Granddad. Granted, I don't know why I can't get some of your really long comments up on the screen. That's the software I'm using. So thanks for keeping the chat lively, though. Oh, too funny. All right, let me see. Close the poll. Okay. Yeah. On boom. Speak all the French you can speak. Oh, yeah. Pouvez-vous... Oh, it's been so while since I had to use my French. Okay. Je m'appelle Péotime. Comment t'appelles-tu? In the chez doigt? No, messing that. Yeah. I have to be forced. I have to be forced there. Yeah, forced to use it. But there, you guys got pretty much the extent of my trash French. But like if I run into someone who is speaking French, I always go like could you just like slow down, and like I'll listen, and sometimes I have to bring up my phone and help me out. Let's see here. Yeah. I'm working on getting I don't have it on this format, but yeah, Granddad's the confetti will return. I promise, because I'm doing watch parties still. I gotta work it in, okay? But don't worry, it's coming. I'm still a work in progress. Alberta and Ontario both have 2 NHL franchises, and Quebec used to have 2. Yeah, it's too bad, that the Nordics went away, and there's always talk that they're gonna return. I know when the Winnipeg Jets returned a couple of years ago, there was talk that Quebec might get a team there. It would not surprise me if the NHL had 2 teams in Quebec. Within the next 20 years, I could see it happening as the NHL expands. Perfect Saturday evening. I have 2 large pizzas in my tree. I've never seen that word before. But a smoker, I'm assuming. Traeger smoker. Oh, is that a brand, maybe? And enjoying listening to Peyote. Oh, Niedersick, that's so kind of you. I appreciate you, making me part of your Saturday night, and I enjoy those pizzas. What kind are they? Masons Rams. So good. Thank you. I can't speak French, but I definitely enjoy French. Oh well, I'll let you. I know you're a married man, so I hope your wife saw that comment, and I'll let you live with the consequences of that action. Yeah, it's amazing what love can do as a motivator, right, Grandizer? Funny. I every now and then I have attempted. I since starting this YouTube channel, I do have a desire to know Spanish a little bit more, and so vamos Rams, vamos Rams, vamos Rams, and I know Remelia, Rudy from the Remelia Sports Report, he always inspires me to try and improve some Spanish and add that to my intellect, but it's hard to learn a new language, We're gonna talk about French all day. Las Rams sont les champions. Oh, love it. I really want all leagues to expand to new teams one day. NFL 40 teams, NHL 40, MLB 36, and NBA 30. Interesting, Jared. You know, it's exciting. You know, whenever a league expands, NFL at 40 teams. Interesting. I'd be really curious to know, Jared, like for the NFL, what two cities do you think they would expand to next? And anyone in the chat can answer that. I'd love to know. Don't you love how we got away from Rams football into language of French? Yeah. Oh, the beauty of a Saturday Night Live stream, right? I love Cam Akers, and I love Darrell Henderson. I think that I hope they both stay healthy, and I think Cam Akers is kind of the favorite to be our lead back. But I do think Henderson has a role. I think Kyren Williams can have a role if he's healthy, and I'm very very thankful that we have Cam Akers back, and he seems really healthy for sure. Jarrett, Spanish I learned from my family as well as Portuguese, Italian, and I'm terrible at French. Jarrett, that's awesome that you know so many languages. That can really help you in life. I know many people who are much more gifted at languages than I am for sure, and it sounds like you're one of them. But that's awesome that you know all that. God bless Stan Kroenke using most of his money to help the Rams and Avalanche win the championship at the Denver Nuggets expense. Good choice. Yeah. Oh, that's funny, Rudy. Bradley, how's it going? How are all the Ram family doing? We're doing good, man. We're still Super Bowl champions. We're still loving it. And it's fun. It's fun, enjoying the just, when you end off the year winning the Super Bowl, what more can you ask for? And you get to enjoy it all season long. And any other fan base or any other, NFL franchise, they can talk all the trash they want about your team from last year. But when you're Super Bowl champs, you can say, you know what, none of that matters. Because we won the Super Bowl, and we love it. John thinks that Oklahoma City and Portland would get an NFL team. Interesting. Okay. As a Canadian, I'm biased. I'd love to see an NFL team in Canada, but not at the expense of the CFL because, I don't know. I have a soft spot for the CFL. I used to work for the Hamilton Tiger Cats, for those of you who follow the CFL, which probably aren't many. But if Toronto got a team, that'd be cool. Don't worry, the Rams would still be my team. They're like Ram fan for the rest of my life. I would have a soft spot for any Canadian team, but that'd be cool. But yeah, I could definitely see Oklahoma City or Portland getting a team. And I don't have this vast knowledge of U.S. geography and demographics, but I'm sure many of you can speak to that. And I want to hear about it. Clippers winning the NBA Finals this year, coming from a Clippers fan. Okay, calling a shot. I'm just saying, if Toronto can get Kevin Durant, watch out, my Raptors. They're gonna go on another magical run. That's if you're an NBA franchise and you have a disgruntled superstar, you better believe the Raptors are calling, because that's what we do. That is what the Raptors do. We have the best GM in the NBA, and Masai Ujiri. If we get another running back, who would you want to get it? Mike, this is a great question. If we sign someone, yeah, Michael, that is a fantastic question. I'm just looking up here. Free agent, running backs, NFL. Maybe we do a trade, because remember last year when Akers went down, we traded a 6th-round pick to get Sony Michel. But let's see who's available. Let's see here. Okay. Okay. Justin Jackson is available. Devontae Booker is available. Devontae Freeman. I don't think Freeman's 30. Booker's 30. Justin Jackson. He had some good games for the Chargers. He's only 26. That would be a solid pickup, I think. David Johnson's available. He's 30. Latavius Murray is 32. I wouldn't mind Latavius Murray. I know he's older, but I wouldn't mind taking a flyer on it if we had to pick up a veteran running back. Corey Clement. Tyreek Cohen. Interesting. That might be my top choice there. But I you know what? Some interesting. Wait a second. Is he available? Is Malcolm Brown available? Because Malcolm Brown had a hilarious tweet last night. He said, "Congratulating all my." You know what? Here, I'm gonna. Give me one sec here, folks. I'm gonna share this hilarious tweet. Malcolm Brown tweet. Yeah. Here, let me show this. Here, one sec. Still getting used to this because this is a fantastic question here. So yes, this Malcolm Brown tweet is not showing up on my screen properly, but I don't know if you can see this very well, but anyway, he says, me congratulating all my bros in LA on their Super Bowl rings after missing it by a year. And so like good humor, good fun. It shows this picture here, which is all funny. But if Malcolm Brown is available, no, I think he's still with the Dolphins. Yeah, I think he is. Anyway, if Malcolm Brown could somehow become available, because the Dolphins got a new coaching staff, and they signed Chase Edmonds. You know what? I think Malcolm Brown. I wouldn't mind Malcolm Brown back on the Rams. That would be probably my top pick. BJ, what's up? Yeah, you gotta love that ring. You gotta love it. Yeah, it looks great. Absolutely. A CFL NFL merger would be great, but not the. Yeah, Michael, the CFL it really is different than the NFL. I kind of like it as its own like separate thing. And like the talent discrepancy right now in the CFL and NFL is huge. Like especially on the defense. Like there's some good players in the CFL, like mainly on offense. There's some pretty decent running backs and wide receivers, but you do notice a big discrepancy in talent, especially on the defensive side of the ball for sure. And the CFL actually did talk with the XFL about a possible merger at one point, but that broke down pretty fast. St. Louis in the NFC West, San Antonio in the NFC South, San Diego in the AFC West, and Oklahoma City in the AFC. Oh, those are your team. I don't know if St. Louis gets a team. Like, that's two teams they've lost. But, it'd be interesting to see, a NFL team in St. Louis again, for sure. Le'Veon Bell is also a free agent too, but yeah, I don't know if I want that, Michael. That's funny. Oh, too funny. Well, everyone, this has been a blast. I've enjoyed chatting with you all. Thanks for making me part of your Saturday story, your Saturday night. I appreciate each and every one of you tuning in. I'm going to end this stream here. I'm going to clip some segments of this because that's something I'm trying to get into. But I really appreciate each and every one of you. And I hope that you're all having a fantastic Saturday evening. Reminder, 8-hour charity live stream coming up September 8th. And we're going to be raising money for food insecurity around the world. And, I got another question. BJ coming in. Hey, Pale, during the Ramelia ring reveal live stream, you mentioned going to LA. Are you planning on attending a Rams game? And if so, which one? Yes. BJ, I am planning on going to LA for my first time in my life, and I'm gonna vlog the entire time. So I do a watch party for each and every Rams game. There will be one this year that I miss. I'm not sure which one. I'm looking into a couple of different ones, but as soon as I know and I figure it out with work, trust me, I'll reveal it on here. But yeah, thank you for having interest in that. But I definitely hope to come to LA, and I'm so excited to go to SoFi Stadium. I can't even imagine. I might have a hard time. I might be like vlogging and just faint, just from actually going there because I can't wait. Can't wait. In 2019, McVay signed a 5-year extension reportedly worth $8.5 million a year. His contract is set to expire after. Yeah, and TW actually in McVay's press conference, I believe yesterday, he touched on that. And there, I have no doubt that negotiation is going to get done. I believe Les Snead and Sean McVay negotiate their contract together as a package deal, and so. There's, obviously when you're negotiating, two, people in your organization that have had a lot of success, they're going to get paid. They are going to get paid for sure, TW. Well, anyone, have a fantastic evening. As always, go Rams, horns up, and peace out. Let's go Rams.